Another full count pitch home. That's lifted the other way out to left. Joyce is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So the Yanks. Here's Matt Joyce now. Previous history with Luis Severino. He's 1 for 2. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Well, there are the judges' chambers, and what a cool thing it's become here in the Bronx, and well-deserved for Aaron Judge, of course, with the way he exploded onto the scene as a rookie in 2017.
Just 2 simple words. All rise! Aaron Judge burst onto the scene, and what's really cool about the judges' chambers, all of those seats you're looking at right there are all given towards community organizations, charities, and even Little League teams. So the judges' chamber is going towards a good cause.
All right, here's how the Bronx Bombers are going to set up defensively today. And let's focus on outfielder Brett Gardner. You need a center fielder, he can play there. You need a corner spot, he's got that covered too. He has baseball acumen, awareness, a savvy for the game. Even if the offense lags a little bit, defense is always on point.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that two-seamer to right-handed hitters to try to jam the guy or even make some firewood. He got it in there, but that was a good take to lay off and take the ball.
Next up for the A's, Chad Pinder, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. The 1-0 home is laid off for ball 2. Three and 0 now. Matt Chapman would be next if they can keep this inning alive. And that's low, ball 4. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. Previous history with Luis Severino. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. 1 left for Oakland. We'll go to the bottom. Next for New York, Giancarlo Stanton. Coming into this one, his season home run total tops in the American League. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
Boy, a check swing on a pitch way out of the zone. Just held up, but boy, as a pitcher, you're hoping that he swings at that one.
And the slider stayed low, apparently, for a ball. The 2-1. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out.
All right, guys, here's how the Oakland A's are lining up defensively. And diving into the numbers on this team, the one thing that jumps off the page is the fact that these guys can flat play D. The highest fielding percentage in the league. Something to focus on today when you're watching.
0-1 the count. The windup and the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2.
I would say the pitcher would tell us up here that that wasn't great execution, but he definitely had him off balance. That is a pitch in his arsenal that he can go to.
Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Calling for it, Pinder. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. First pitch coming. Here it is. This is hit the other way out toward left field. On the move is Joyce, and the inning is over. Welcome back to Major League Baseball on the show as we're set to go here in the 3rd from the Bronx. First pitch is a slider called for a strike. And that's up in the zone a bit, but a called strike. 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row. But both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
Ready for another chance? Barry McGee. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1. 2-0 the count to the A's left fielder.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings. Digging in to try it again, Jed Lowry. And maybe a little extra motivation for him here after being hit by a pitch in his first at-bat.
Hey, you think the game plan is to pitch this guy inside? They plunked him in the first at-bat, and they're clearly coming right back in again.
A lot of traffic hitting the base pass first and second with 1 out. I know you're looking for a double play ball, Dan.
No question about it. I think one of the things you like to do on a pitcher is try to jump on him early before he gets settled in. So far, so good. First and second looks like a big inning could be brewing.
Fastball called for strike 2. Third inning, no score to this point. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Not a bad pitch right there on 0-2, a fastball. And I think as a hitter right now,
this one gets through, and that could bring in a run. And he's in safely at third as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
Now batting.
Just a great at-bat there. That 1-out double gets a run across, and now they've got runners at second and third and are one solid swing away from making this a real big inning.
Matt Olson is at the plate as he watches ball 1. Ball and a strike.
That's the perfect pitch after you've just brushed a guy back. The hitter probably isn't sitting up there thinking you're going to flip something soft up there.
2-1 to the A's first baseman. Takes a knee-high fastball. Lowry at third. Piscotty is over at second with 1 down in the inning. And the fastball is off his glove, and it gets away. And the mental lapse behind the plate will hurt him as the run will score. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Popped him up. And this will land foul. Working for the punch out and the offering. And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Digging in for his second at-bat, Matt Joyce. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Nowhere close with the fastball to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Joyce has a slugging percentage a little over .425, a respectable number. Men on third with 2 down. And that one stayed up a little high. Here now the 2-2. Is swung on and missed. He got him. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors in a. Digging in the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead. Hey, guys, he was obviously trying to bury that slider down and in. Nice execution by the batter right there, keeping his hands inside and fighting it off for a nice base hit.
Here's Miguel Andujar now. And he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He comes in after a day of rest yesterday, so we'll see if it did him any good. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. There's 1. On to first, and they get them both.
Batting ninth, second baseman.
Digging in now for the Yankees, David Torres is back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. In there, no balls and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Good. 0-2 now.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. So a nice job there to fight off an 0-2 pitch and keep the inning alive for at least one more batter.
He had him on the ropes right there. Count leverage, 2 strikes against the batter. He's going to have to put that in the memory bank because that guy made a nice 2-strike approach right there. Made a nice 2-strike adjustment.
No balls and a strike to count. Now a throw over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. And again a throw and a dive, but he's back. Now a swing and a miss, and things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2. Really tied him up on that one.
Yeah, clearly didn't recognize where that was going to end up, Matt. If I were pitching, I might go right back in there.
Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
And a dive, but he's back in. Torres is off at first with 2 away. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Pinder will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and then back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. Matt Vasgersian as the Cal Berkeley product Marcus Semien is the first to bat in the inning. Semien in an 0-2 hole here.
Man, I know exactly what this guy's feeling at the plate. Here we go again. Every time you're struggling, you look up and it says 0-2.
A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count. Another 1-2 delivery. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch on 2-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning. Riding in once again, Chad Pinder. He drew a walk his first time up. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Fly ball to straightaway left. Gardner is there. And that's the second out of the inning.
The batter,
striding in for Oakland, Matt Chapman comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. In there for strike 1, 0-1. A ball and a strike to count to Matt Chapman. And that one misses here as he falls behind the Oakland third baseman. 2-1 now. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Hard liner towards short. Well, this won't get by the shortstop as he's there to take it in for the third out. Fair to say. Here's big Aaron Judge. He sets a lead us off in the whole half of the 4th inning.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Good downward action there, and it's 0-1. Judge, who fittingly gets the nickname All Rise. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge.
Classic strikeout pitch right there on 0-2. It's the one we know he loves going to, but great recognition to lay off in that spot.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. With that, the Yankees have put their leadoff hitter aboard to start out the inning.
Hey guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put Goodwood on it.
Here's Didi Gregorius. As he'll watch a sinker here that misses. It's ball 1.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job. Now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
Hit back up the middle. A bare hand for 1 on to first. And here indeed is a super double play. Giancarlo Stanton now. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, and that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
The 1-0. Hit this one hard the other way, and that's through for a hit. So that 2-out success means Gary Sanchez will get to hit here.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
In now, Gary Sanchez, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there. It's strike 1. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. Stanton, the runner at first with 2 gone. 1-2 to the Yankees catcher.
He's gone to the well with that pitch 3 times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
The 1-2. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, Josh Phegley. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Josh Phegley.
The windup and the 0-1. A little bouncer. Foul ball, strike 2. Windup and the 0-2 pitch. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Gregorius is there. He's got it 1 away.
Now batting.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Barry McKee. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. The 1-0. It is a fastball in off the plate for a ball. 2 runs on 2 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. This one's flared toward left center. Coming on for it is Hicks, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
Count leverage right there, sitting dead red fastball, and he didn't miss it. Nice swing right there, driving it into the outfield for a knock.
Here's Jed Lowry now, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. And now a pitch that's taken here by Lowry as that evens the count at 1-1. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And no one will get this one. A double play ball to second. 4, 6, 3. It's a double play and the inning is over. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More of the show. Saturday baseball after this. The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. He'll start things out here in the home fifth, and it's been tough sledding for this lineup through the first half of the game.
Yeah, they haven't had any momentum going to the plate so far in this one, Matt. They need something to break their way and wake them up a bit.
Be nice to get these fans involved at some point as well.
All right, let's see if that leadoff single gets them going right now. They've taken it on the chin for most of this game, being a little passive at the plate in their approach. Let's see if that starts them off and they start to go more ambush tactics.
Stepping in now, Aaron Hicks, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
Bounce it to the left side. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Hey, pitchers, you better start taking notice of this guy. He better be circled on that lineup card because he's on fire. That's his second hit of the ball game right there, and I don't see him stopping.
Here's Miguel Andujar now, and he's looking to make something happen here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive. If he gets 2 strikes against him, he'll need to change his plan and focus on moving the runners up. This game is too close to get greedy. Well, they've yet to hang a number on the scoreboard, but it looks like they've got a great opportunity from the breakthrough. It's going to be pretty demoralizing if they can't.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1 and 2 now. Bird at second, Hicks at first with no outs. Slow roller back to the mound. 1 there, but no real shot at 2 as he's safe easily at first.
Now batting, second baseman.
Into the box now, David Torres, and their runners at the corners now. First offering on its way. Very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul for strike 1. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Torres is a middle infielder by trade, of course, usually a shortstop, but they've got him at second base in this one.
Yeah, Matty, this guy's got some of the best hands in the game. It doesn't matter. Shortstop, second base, you can pretty much put him wherever you want in the infield.
Pitches way outside, and that's straight to the backstop. And the recovery will be in time to get him at the plate, and that's going to hurt because now there are 2 away. No runs on 6 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Hard hit ball to second. Lowry's got it. A spin and a throw. And a low throw to first that bounces as he can't hang on. Here's Brett Gardner now. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. He's set and the pitch. This is line to left. Base hit, and that'll get a run in.
Boy, a big game yesterday from these guys, D'Lo. It takes them a little while to get through on the score column, but finally they get through in the middle part of this game.
Yeah, Dan, yesterday it was a fight to get to the bat rack. Everybody was squaring balls up left and right. Today, not the same. Pitcher's been executing, but they were able to dial it in. Hopefully that's the break.
Number 15.
Standing in now, Aaron Judge. And he'll take a look at ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys,
Simeon with a great slide. That's off to that one. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Hit the other way out toward right field. In there, a base hit.
Hey, they weren't going to keep this guy down for long. That's the ebbs and flows of a baseball season. Bottom line is this guy has bat-to-ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
Fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
There's a called strike on a fastball up in the zone. We're seeing more of that from pitchers nowadays. With the launch angles, guys are looking for the ball down in the zone. If a pitcher can pitch up in the zone like that pitch right there, you can go ahead and make some hay.
And he fouls this one off. Low scoring game thus far. 2-1 here in the 6th. And this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1.
This guy's cruising along, pitching well as we enter the middle innings of this one. Less than 60% of his first pitches have been for strikes. If he could clean that up a little bit, he could really roll into the later innings in this one.
On to first, and there are 2 down. Ready for another shot now. Marcus Semien, 0 for 2 for him to this point. Sliders in for a strike. Piscotty at third with 2 away. Popped him up. Sanchez over to his right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Didi Gregorius, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Here comes the first pitch. Swing, and he popped him up over in foul territory back behind third. Chapman is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
First delivery to him on the way. Missed with a slider. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And, looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Fastball not close. It's 2-1 now. Lined hard to center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Yankees.
Ready once again, Gary Sanchez. He hits with 2 away as they continue to trail in this close game.
Well, Matt, this has been a big inning on the mound. He's had to face the middle of the order, and so far he's held them at bay.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of inning we'll look back on at the end of the game, even if the result of it changes dramatically here. And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul for the second strike. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And that brings up Chad Pinder. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0 is a ball down and away.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. 3-0 fastball's in for a strike. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup or do you stay with the heater?
And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Bounce to first. And a step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
Up next for Oakland.
Riding in once again, Josh Begley. 0 for 2 for him so far. He's flied out and popped out. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. The 1-0. That's popped up. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. The 1-2. Now a ball hit high in the air, deep down the line in left, hooking just a little, but it bends just foul into the second deck. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the A's.
Digging in once again, Greg Bird. He singled his last time up.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
First pitch of the at-bat. Well hit, but right into the teeth of the shift. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw by Lowry, and there's the first out.
Now batting.
Ready for another chance? Aaron Hicks. Last time through was a base hit. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And here's a sinker that causes him to back away as that just about got him. The 1-0 home is a sinker in the dirt. Now the 2-0 home. 3-0 now.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful. He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
Popped up. Semien over to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Next for New York, Miguel Andujar. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. Now a ball line softly down the right field line. Foul. Here's the 0-1. Bouncer up the middle. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side. Leading off the inning, Barry McKee, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
McKee, your attention, please. Now pitching for the
First offering on its way.
Number 30.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
Robertson.
Now the 0-1. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball, ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken below the zone for a ball. And a neck-high fastball that time. Swung on and missed. 3-2.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt it.
3-2 one more time. Grounder down the line at third. The next 3-2. Line toward the alley in left center. And there's a base hit, so a chance to add a little insurance here as the leadoff man is on to start the 8th. And a good effort to bring it back in quickly, but he's in at second base with a double. Jed Lowry now trying to add some padding to their lead in the form of that run standing out there at second base. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. On the ground toward the hole, and it's through. A base hit. McKee rounds third and is digging for the plate. And he's safe at the plate. And they now lead by 2.
Boy, that's a big RBI right there to give this team a 2-run cushion going into the late innings. And it always makes it easier on the opposing pitcher to know they have a 2-run lead.
Yeah, Leo Mazzoni always used to say, old pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves, solos won't kill us, guys. And he's absolutely right. You give yourself a 2-run lead, a solo homer is not gonna do too much damage.
On to first, the double play. Final line there for the Yankees starting pitcher. Great day's work any way you look at it. So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Matt Olson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. 1-0 pitch is a circle change. It runs outside 2-0. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Liam Hendricks is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth. Digging in to try it again, David Torres. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Missed with a breaking ball. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-0. Misses. Ball 2. Eighth inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2.
Well, that's a great take there, right there, on that slider down and in. That's one of the toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A tough take on a good pitch.
Throw won't get him.
You know, Dero, as a pitcher, that could be so frustrating. You're taught to try to go out there and make quality pitches, and that was a really good pitch. And I would be willing to bet you he's surprised that that turned into an infield single.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he's smiling. That hitter's smiling, running down first base, knowing he's got an infield single right there. He has no business. He'll line out probably 15 times, but it won't even out. You take him when you can get him.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
As a pitcher, you got to feel good that you had him out front. Even though he didn't pot commit on that one, it opens up a lot of weapons for you to go high fastball or throw even a better off-speed pitch.
The 2-1. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
He's going to need to shorten up and get that foot down a little bit earlier if he hopes to be catching up to that fastball.
Gardner, base runner at first with 1 out. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. Here's Didi Gregorius. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important for them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. Here's Matt Joyce now. Lifetime numbers versus David Robertson. The pitcher's owned him. He's a paltry 1 for 11. 7 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. And he misses with it. 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Here now the 2-2. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground at the left side. And that's through for his first base hit in this one. So a good start to the inning for the A's as their leadoff hitter reaches base safely. Striding in for Oakland, Marcus Semien. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. No balls and 1 strike. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 home. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's going to be high 2-2 now.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in. Make him prove he can adjust before you do.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Marcus Semien becomes the first out in the 9th inning. Ball 1. 1-1 is a cutter that misses 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air out to left field. Gardner is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. 1-0 the count. High in the air out to center field. Hicks is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So Yusmeiro Petit enters the game to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth. Giancarlo Stanton now is batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Hey, this pitcher better watch himself right here. The way this guy's swinging, he's got aggressive things on his mind.
Now here's the pitch. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. He's caught looking at a beautiful curveball there as that buckled him for the first out of the inning. At the plate, Gary Sanchez. He went down on strikes last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. And it's 0-2 to Sanchez. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen. The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the ninth.
Nope,
and he takes ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
Now the 1-0. That's lifted the other way out to left. On the move is Joyce. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, it's only been a week, but I guess it probably feels like a million years ago since they had their last win. But this 6-game losing streak is behind them now, so we'll see if they can string some W's together.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. Oakland led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Emilio Pagan claims the win out of the pen, his first. Luis Severino is settled with a loss after giving up only one earned. Yusmeiro Petit records the save, his 11th of the campaign. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. Matinee baseball from Masahiro Tanaka is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Yanks. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here. They come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, nothing better than winning that last game at home before you go on a long road trip. They have the opportunity to do that today. Let's see if they get it done.
No doubt about it, Dero. They're looking to embark on an 8-game road trip. First things first, win this one here. Worry about getting on that bird for 8 games after this one here today.
And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Mark DeRosa, what do you have for us on this lineup?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup, and the one thing that jumps off the page is that they're last in hits in the league. You might be able to get through a long season with 2-3-run homers every now and then, but I'm telling you what, you have no chance of going to the postseason and waiting on a 3-run bomb, because you're facing nothing but 1s and 2s. If you're going to beat up the 3, 4, 5 guys in a rotation, you have to find a way to create more scoring opportunities against the 1s and 2s.
Short, hit hard. And there are 2 away now. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit. In past meetings with Tanaka, he's hitless in 3 at-bats. Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this is going to get foul. The windup and the 0-1. Looks at a sinker over the inside part of the plate. Piscotty swings the bat and throws from the right side and stands at 6'3". He was selected in the first round during the first year. And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will 1-2-3 go the A's. And now the Bombers will get their shot. No score. Daniel Mengden, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy's a fun guy to watch pitch. Not necessarily an overpowering guy. Has an ERA in the low 3s. But one thing he knows how to do, he knows how to pitch, and he knows how to minimize damage. If you're going to have an ERA in the low 3s in this day and age, you're doing a lot of things right, and this guy should be fun to watch in this one.
With that, it's time to check out the starting lineup for the hometown Yankees. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matt, I really like the way Neil Walker is playing right now. He had 5 RBIs in his last game. That's a lot of runs driven in. Opportunities, he's getting them, and he's cashing in.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. And Dan Dero, these A's, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come into this one fresh off a victory last time out that ended a 6-game losing streak.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, Dero? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Just reached back and threw a high fastball right by him. He didn't stand a chance.
Now a curveball stays inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Batting third, the shortstop.
Coming to the plate now, Didi Gregorius, who was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday. Here's the first pitch to him. It's a swinging bunt up the line. And a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. An inning in the books, scoreless on MLB Network. That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson.
First baseman,
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Well, there are the judges' chambers, and what a cool thing it's become here in the Bronx, and well-deserved for Aaron Judge, of course, with the way he exploded onto the scene as a rookie in 2017.
Just two simple words. All rise. Aaron Judge burst on the scene. And what's really cool about the judges' chambers, all of those seats you're looking at right there are all given towards community organizations, charities, and even Little League teams. So the judges' chamber is going towards a good cause.
The 1-2 pitch. And he won't go after the cut fastball. 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. Into the corner and slicing foul. Payoff pitch one more time. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second. In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. And check out the recent numbers. Clearly providing a lot of thump at the plate right now. And he'll just beat the throw to second. He's in there. Only play to the pitcher covering, and the runner moves into second on the play.
All right, boys, let's take a look at how the Yankees are setting up on defense today. And guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
Swung on and driven to right, and no doubt about it. And it's gone. Certainly a tape measure shot there as we take a look at it with our show track technology. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity, so it comes as no surprise that it carried as far as it did. Next up for the A's, Marcus Semien. And he's looking to turn the page. The bat's been ice cold over the last 8 or so ball games. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. And maybe a little frustrated on the mound here as the fastball misses for ball 2 now.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
3-0 to him now. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Inside, he misses, ball 4. In now, Matt Chapman. He was not much of a factor at the plate during yesterday's win as he took an 0-for-4 line. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. The 1-0. Here's a high pop-up. Tanaka is under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. And this one's down off the shoe tops. 1-0. 1-0 count. Here it is. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike 1.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early.
He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And the runner will score from first. And a relay to the plate. And happy birthday as they allow him to cross with the inside the park home run as he catches his breath to reflect on his good fortune.
The fans are not happy, and I can't blame them. And inside the Parker on that hit, there's simply no excuse for that. And everyone in the ballpark knows it. We'll see if he can shake it off and get out of the top half of this inning.
Into the box, Barry McKee. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 4 runs here in this half inning. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Offline throw, but a good job of getting back to the bag as the side is retired. 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. On now to the bottom of the second. The A's lead this one 4-0.
Giancarlo Stanton.
That tails back over, strike one. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Missed with a breaking ball.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike two. The 2-2. Now a swing and a miss, and Stanton is down on strikes for round number one. Next for New York, Gary Sanchez. Hitless in 4 tries in the ball game yesterday. First pitch of the at-bat. On the ground and right at the shifted infielder. Throw gets him, 2 down. In now is the Yankees DH, Aaron Hicks. Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. 2 out, nobody on. Now a fastball runs inside and drills him. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
And I'm sure that one stings a little bit. The best revenge he can get for his pain is to find a way to come around the score. We'll see if his guys can move him around the bases.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Fouled off. The 0-1 pitch. A little bouncer. That winds up foul. Oh, and 2. Here it comes. 2-strike pitch is chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Another 0-2. They'll try it again from first. Hit hard down the right field line. But a foul ball. Throw over to the bag. Runner back safely. Hicks leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And another throw over. And he is tagged out here. Boy. Welcome back to Major League Baseball on MLB Network as we're set for the top half of the third from the Bronx.
Second baseman.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
I guess the game plan from the offensive standpoint today coming into this one was they were going to work the counts. They've been super patient at the plate in the early goings of this game, and they've got the lead looking for more.
Drilled down the line. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Now the pitch. And 2-2. Now the pitch. Smoke toward third. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Boy, this has the makings of being a rough day at the office, D-Row. A hit already here in the 3rd inning, and he's already allowed a few runs. He's right back in trouble again.
Yeah, heavy traffic alert, Dan, no doubt about it. That's what you want to do. You want to put the pitcher on the defensive, and early going, the first 2 innings, they were able to do that. Nothing has changed here to start the 3rd.
On to first, and they get the double play. That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good. In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
Hey, I don't mind you taking one right there. This pitcher's been struggling early. You got to make him work, see if he'll get in his zone. If he's willing to walk a few guys and then someone pops one over the fence, this game could get out of hand early.
Hit on the ground out to short. Throw on to Walker at first, and the inning is over. Here's Neil Walker. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Yeah, Matty, he's very late on that first pitch. I got to think he was guessing off speed.
Swing and a miss as Walker's in a hole here. No balls and 2 strikes.
2 mid-90s fastballs and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to take a deep breath and pot commit. You're either all in on another fastball or you're finding a way to stay back to attack something off speed.
Swing and a looper to left. Joyce comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. So striding in, Brendan Drury. First pitch coming, here it is. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball. The windup and the 0-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Hey, this is interesting right here. Got him down 0-2. He's been swinging the heck out of the bat. I thought they would pitch around him. He's going to have to button it up a little bit.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. Digging in now, Ronald Torreyes. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. A ball and no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Popped high in the air. Semien has a play. And that's the 3rd out. 1-2. Here's Matt Joyce now. He'll be the one to lead off against Masahiro Tanaka.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he could hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
And that one stayed too low, apparently. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Good looking sinker on the inside corner. The 1-2. Swing and a little tapper that rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. The next 1-2 pitch. Bouncer to the left side. That's through for a base hit, his 2nd of the ball game.
Adapt and persevere. That's what I always said on the offensive side. Down in the count right there. Batter hits a ground ball the other way. He's able to fight off a tough count and get himself a base hit.
Joyce on at first, nobody out. Semien in an 0-2 hole here.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count. High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Ready on 1-2. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Marcus Semien goes down to become the first out here in the 4th. He's set. Here it comes. And this one's in the dirt. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Hit hard up the middle. Gregorius has it. Spin throw. Gets him at first. The only play he had, and he made it a good one. Ready for another chance? Boog Powell. A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. Looking up is Gardner. And this one is gone. A home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right center, his second of the game. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. Well, that was this lineup's 3rd homer of the game.
You know, D-Row, looks like the boys are dialing long distance from the batter.
Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him. Here's Jed Lowry now. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line drive to left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. But here's Brett Gardner now. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
I got to believe this is an awesome time for this pitcher to get real aggressive in the strike zone. He's got a huge lead. He knows he can pound and try and polish up his mechanics down and away.
A ball and a strike now. A swing and a ground ball to third. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. Digging in for his second at-bat, Aaron Judge. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
We're moving along in this one, heading into the middle innings. This guy continuing to pitch well, and one of the reasons why, first pitch strike ratio over 70% up to this point in this game.
1 ball, 1 strike to count.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
The Yankees still on the lookout for hit number 1 here. Down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. The 2-2. Is laid off, and the count runs full.
With the meat of the order due up next, you could probably expect to see something you can handle here with the full count as the 2-hole hitter.
And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4. Striding in once again, Didi Gregorius. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First offering on its way. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. To second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. Digging in to try it again, Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Here's the first pitch to him. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Gregorius is off at first with 2 away. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now.
Watch your lips in the first couple rows there. He got the head out on that changeup. Good thing they enforced the new netting rules this year.
The 1-2. Hit hard towards center. That's a hit, the first of the game for the Yankees.
Well, I'm shocked he even pulled the trigger on that pitch. He might have been fooled right there, but he was able to keep his hands back and scramble a good pitch for a base hit.
In now, Gary Sanchez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
I don't blame the batter for pulling the trigger right there. Those fastballs light up your eyes, and you can occasionally do damage with them, but he wasn't able to catch up with that one.
Ready with the 1-1. Just got a piece up the line. And he'll take no chances here as he swipes this ball away. It stays a foul ball. Ready on 1-2. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at. Ready once again, Stephen Piscotty. He struck out and bounced into a double play in his first 2 at-bats. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. In his career, Piscotty has a slugging percentage a little over .425, a respectable number. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Drilled to the right side. And this gets through into right, so he turns the 0-2 count into a leadoff base hit.
Boy, not the way you'd like to draw up an 0-2 pitch, D-Roll, but from a hitter's perspective, a pretty good job of staying alive 0-2.
Yeah, and he did an excellent job on the offensive side. Not to let the AB get away from him. I know he was down 0-2, but he pulled his neck and he stayed in there.
Domingo Germán gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. From the stretch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Drury into shallow left. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Ready for another shot now. Jonathan Lucroy. No hits to this point. Takes this the other way to right. But this will hang just long enough for him to run it down in shallow right for the second out. Digging in and looking for more, Matt Joyce. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Throw on to Walker at first, and the inning is over. 1 left for Oakland, but they're on top by a count of. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Aaron Hicks.
Leading off
With a pitch in his first trip to the plate.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Grounded back up the middle. Taken in by Simeon. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Up next for the Yankees.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Neil Walker. He's 0 for 1 thus far. 50th pitch of the game on its way. Popped him up. Lucroy shading to his right. 2 down. Brandon Drury will bat next. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First pitch on its way. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1.
Well, he's done a great job on the hill throughout this game, and it's something to be proud of anytime you can pitch a good game in this ballpark, especially when it's not your home ballpark.
Very weakly on the ground. And that one stayed too low, apparently. No runs, just one hit, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Powell is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Digging in once again, Marcus Semien.
Leading off for Oakland, George Springer.
A fastball right down the middle for a strike. A shot down the first baseline. Yes, through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. He'll get it into second. And he's going to make it there, barely, as he's into second base with a double.
Now batting, third base.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman.
There's no question he's been struggling at the dish lately, trying to do anything to get himself going. So he's got to feel pretty good after that double. Not to take anything away from him, but I think I could have probably hit that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those gift pitches, not the location he was shooting for. So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. He's driven in 4 already, and yet another big RBI opportunity for him right here.
Matt, they couldn't have asked for anyone to hit better in this spot than this guy right here. He looks dialed in at the plate right now.
Ground ball right side. And not in time as the run scores. So the Oakland lineup turns over, and to the plate, Barry McKee. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up.
Good job by the catcher to keep the ball from getting too far away and allowing that base runner to get into scoring position. That keeps the double play in order, which they need, seeing as they've already given up 1 run in this inning.
Chopped weakly to the left. The second for 1. The turn throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2, and it gets him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5. Ronald Torreyes is the next to bat. They'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Hey, I know it's a day game, but these guys better wake up. He's on point today, throwing a lot of exploding stuff, darting and diving all over the strike zone.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
Soft liner towards center. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now. With that, the Yankees have put their leadoff hitter aboard to start out the inning.
Man, he got the front foot down right there, kept the front shoulder up, and was able to stay inside that ball for a soft liner in the center field.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
All right, all you're asking for as an offense is a chance. Well, your leadoff man has certainly done his part. He's gotten on base. You have to start clawing back into this game right now if you're going to find a way.
This is skied into short left center. Joyce is there, and that's the first out of the inning. Here's big Aaron Judge. It was a walk in his last trip. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Judge, who fittingly gets the nickname All Rise. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Boy, that was an awfully close pitch right there. I know if I'm on the mound, I want that pitch called a strike. That's one of those that could go either way.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. He's set, and the 1-2 pitch. Softly hit down to third, likely no shot at two. The turn throw is in time. How about that? They do turn two, and it gets. Digging in once again, Jed Lowry. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. 0-2 the count to Jed Lowry.
Not looking good after being down 0-2. I think at the very least you got to work this pitcher's count a little bit. Try and get back into a decent count where maybe you can come through.
The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Stephen Piscotty is working on a 1-for-3 thus far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-2 now. Lowry gets his lead at first, nobody out. And he lays off the curveball. Strike 3 called, and that's going to be out number 1. Digging in to try it again, Matt Olson. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. 0-1, here it comes. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
And that misses 2-2. Here now the 2-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. Stanton has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. In is the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 1-0 pitch. Line to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
He was able to spit on that first slider right there, guys, but he didn't let the second one go. Able to execute and drive the baseball.
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. In there at the knees, strike 1. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes.
That's back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Puts himself in a bad spot. 0-2. Let's see if he can battle back in this AB.
7 runs, 9 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. A ball and 2 strikes now. Hit hard back up the middle. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
I mean, that had to feel good right there, Dan. That's his 3rd RBI of the game and extends his team's lead. They might have this one locked up.
Well, I'd say those are always big, those add-on insurance runs. Big RBI right there for a little bit more breathing room.
2-0 now. The 2-0 on the way. 3-0 now.
2 on, 2 out with a base open here as a pitcher. You have to be awful careful. You just don't want to groove something here and give this guy a pitch and he can hit one out of the park on.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Ready with the payoff pitch. Ripped down the first base line. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start to the inning. Here's Didi Gregorius. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
0-1 the count. The 0-1 delivery. And the changeup is way low that time. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
3-1 to him now. Misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
And you can tell by his body language that he's beyond frustrated by that call. He's got to be wondering what he's got to do, but the last thing he needs to do is to let it get under his skin. That will only make things worse.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
A lot of times you'll see the take sign after 5 straight balls to start the inning, but with the middle of the order up at the plate here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's turned loose. Just has to be the right pitch to hack at.
2-0 to the Yankees left fielder.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
That one's in there on the black. 2-1.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. And that changeup didn't tempt anybody and misses for ball 3.
3-ball count now, and we were just talking about how losing control of your pitches is a telltale sign of running out of gas, and I think this might be his last hitter if he doesn't get him out.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
Up next for the Yankees.
Ready for another chance? Gary Sanchez. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Here comes the first pitch. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1.
Well, the Yankees have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to see if they can get it, but now it sure would be a good time.
Now the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And the changeup just missed the inside corner.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
3-1. The 3-1 is in there for a full count now. 3-2. Gregorius on second. Stanton on at first with nobody out.
Hey, he looked like he was a little bit out in front on that breaking ball right there. The body can go a little bit. If he was able to keep his hands back a little bit, he might have been able to do some damage with that pitch.
Grounded to third. This could be 2. Chapman's got it. Lowry on to first to complete the double play. Ready for another shot now. Aaron Hicks. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Trying to go the other way. This is looped out toward third. And striding in once again, Matt Chapman. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. High in the air down the right field line. Judge is under it. And that's the first out of the inning. Bruce Howell will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take it back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. There's a drive out to left center field. Running hard, he's digging for second. Arms pumping, he's hustling for third. The relay throw, but he is in there with a triple.
Wow, you think they'd learned their lesson and would pitch around this guy. That's his third extra base hit of the game. This one a triple, and he can seemingly do nothing wrong.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Gardner makes the catch. Now here comes the runner from third. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
The batter, number 8. Second base.
Set and the pitch.
Lauer.
Just with a slider. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Lo, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And he lays off for ball 1 from the stretch. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. And he lays off again, ball 3.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Tommy Kingley comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Sent on the ground out to second. And how about that right out of the bullpen? A ground ball on 1 pitch. Here's Neil Walker. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how the starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Lays off again, and it's 2-0. Now the 2-0. He's in there for strike 1. The 2-1. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss as Walker is down on strikes for the first out. Brandon Drury will bat next. His dominance continues on the mound, but it seems like he might be running on adrenaline only at this point.
Yeah, he's been so great in this one. You want to see him finish what he started, but you also have to start worrying about things like injuries. He's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, and some guys are just more capable of that than others, but not a lot of good things tend to happen when you've worked as hard as he has in this one.
Hit on the ground out to short. Simeon's there. And there's out number 2. Ready once again, Ronald Torreyes. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. And that misses inside 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. On the move is Joyce. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jonathan Lucroy. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Set, here's the 0-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Judge is under it, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Next up for the A's, Matt Joyce. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Look out, 2-0 now. Popped him up. Walker waits on it. 2 gone.
Now batting.
Striding in for Oakland, Marcus Semien. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. No balls and a strike to count. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. In there, strike 2.
Hey, from an offensive standpoint, you better get it ready. This guy is not throwing a ton of pitches. He's confident in his stuff. He's pounding the zone. He's got 2 quick outs. You better pull the trigger.
Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. Walker will put this one. Here's Brett Gardner now, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Joyce is there, and he's got that all-important first out here to start the 9th.
Right fielder, Aaron.
Next for New York, Aaron Judge. He was a double play victim last time around. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
To short. On the first in time, and the Yankees are down to their final out now. Here's Didi Gregorius. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the 9th as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
This is pulled into right. And that is in there for a 2-out base knock.
Boy, Dero, it's about time they got something brewing here. First pitch single, and maybe now they can start to get some traffic on the bases.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Ambush tactics, not always the play. You want to drive that pitch count up and get into that bullpen, but sometimes, desperate times, call for desperate measures.
And a ball 1-0. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Now the 1-0. Shot to third. And he'll put this one away. And with that, the ball game is over. A 9-0 shutout final in this ball game. The A's.
The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the AL East, Boog Powell had an outstanding day, driving in 5 on 3 hits, helping lead the Athletics to the victory over the Yankees 9-0. As of today, the Yankees are leading the American League East, and the Athletics are in 4th place in the AL West. The Tampa Bay Rays allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they beat the O's in Baltimore 1-0. At the start of the day, the Orioles are in 3rd place in the AL East, while the Rays are at the bottom of the division. The Boston Red Sox finished off a 3-game sweep as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-3. Heading into the day, the Blue Jays are in 4th place in the AL East, and the Red Sox are 2nd in the division. The Indians combined for 10 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 5-1. Entering the day's action, the Indians sit in 2nd place in the AL Central Division, and the Royals are 3rd in the division. The Tigers went deep 4 times as they took down the visiting Mariners 10-5. As of today, the Tigers are in last place in the AL Central, and the Mariners sit in 2nd place in the American League West. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim racked up 11 hits as a team as they pulverized the Twins 8-0. At the start of the day, the Angels sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division, and the Twins are leading the American League Central Division. The Houston Astros combined to give up just 5 hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 5-3. The win was their 7th in a row. As of right now, the Astros sit in 1st place in the American League West Division, while the Rangers are at the bottom of the division. Odrisamer Despaigne won his first game of the season as the Marlins took care of Atlanta 5-1. In the standings, the Marlins sit in 4th place in the National League East Division, and the Braves are at the bottom of the division. The Mets pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 3-0. Heading into the day, the Phillies are in 2nd place in the NL East, and the Mets are 3rd in the division.